Hey, it's live with DJ and Brent. DJ, you keep doing it again and again and again. Fantastic guests of movers and shakers, people that are doing great things for great people in and around Amarillo. And introduce today's lovely guest
and beyond.
and beyond.
Yes.
You
You got
brought
it.
Shay with us. Tell us about Shay.
Hi
Well,
guys.
I'm gonna let you do that because it turns out you've known Shay longer than I have. But Shay's been a member of Welcome Partner for what, 3 years, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Well,
meeting Shay and hearing the story a long time ago really touched my heart. I wanted to do anything I could to help, and I've just got a mouth. I don't have a lot of money, but I've got a big mouth and big heart. I will say that
you have a big
because
heart, yes.
my heart really goes with you on your family's journey. So, Shay, if you will, tell us about Braden's gift and how you named it that, a little bit about how it came to be, and then also don't forget you have a fundraiser coming up.
Thank you, DJ, and thank you, Brant, for having me again. This is awesome, and y'all are awesome people. So I'm happy to be a part of y'all's thing here. And I am very excited to introduce Braden's gift to you guys. We're a nonprofit that serves Amarillo any way we can through autism. My son Brayden is the inspiration behind why we started the organization. And he still keeps me on my toes. I don't have it all figured out. My family does not have it all figured out, but we're here to support whoever wants to join us and whoever needs the help. We are a nonprofit that is dedicated in providing funding and resources to families with children with autism because it is so expensive and we don't have all the answers. Like we said, the world is facing this together, and we're kind of moving with the kids. When they grow, we have to learn new things, and we're always on our toes, like I said. So, yeah, we need support, and everyone else, I'm sure, does too. So, whatever we can do to help.
There's a lot of people that are in a similar situation. And of course, anyone that has had a beautiful child with this gifting know how intuitive and affectionate and loving and smart these wonderful children are. And I think it's a wonderful encouragement. Shay Morath. And as far as Braden's gift goes, we always want people to get behind great things because people who help people. And you've taken your place in helping others and encouraging others, letting them know they're not alone in this. And right off the bat, what's the best way for them to connect online to read more?
Yes, we have a website, braydensgift.org, braydensgift.org, and you can see all of our events throughout the year. You can figure out our application process there and all the things required to get your help that you need. And then we also have a Facebook page. You can like and follow us there. We also post and do a lot of uh, testimonials of people that we've helped. So you can see those people there. And then we also have a YouTube channel that has our um, families that we've videoed to talk more about how we've helped them and how they want to help others. So you can find us in those areas.
One of the things that I thought was amazing because I've learned a lot from you is that there are resources, there's equipment that you help people get for their families. Things that this is a foreign world to me, and they're still learning so much about autism. I don't know if my daughter had that when she was growing up, if that was one of her issues. We're adopted to each other, and so her biological family, she we did know them, and they had a lot of issues in their family, and but autism is still being discovered as to what all it is and what all it does. And then people like you that are doing your homework all the time to help other families in that same group. Y'all are in like a fraternity together.
That's a good way to put it, DJ. Yes, we're constantly learning, and something is always being thrown at us to catch us off guard. When we think we figured it out, there's something else that happens. For example, my son Brayden is now experiencing seizures, and that is common for children with autism. And so I've never experienced it until my son had one, and it was the scariest thing I was ever a part of. And my boys were on scene right there the first time he went in, and Luke just miraculously knew what to do with his hands. God was like working through this. He was 10 at the time, my Luke, my oldest, helping his brother go through this seizure. And then he did come and eventually get to get me in there. So I knew it was to happen. But we're a team. It takes a team and a village to go through this. And I don't know what I would do without my team, because it is the saddest, hardest thing to see him go through a seizure sometimes, and going through his nonverbal. He's nonverbal and pretty severe.
Oh,
And it's just hard. Sometimes you want the support from other people to know that you're not alone. So
your very logo are the pieces coming together. You're helping people put the pieces together.
that's
And,
right.
and of course, you have it right there on your shirt there. And I would say, what's the inspiration? But is that not it?
Yes. Yeah. We 1 in 36 children right now are diagnosed with autism. And so it's, if you don't know someone yet, I guarantee you at the rate we're headed, you'll know someone, or it will happen at some point, and then you'll know how to help them, and you'll know how to be supportive. And don't shy away, just treat them like a normal human, because that's what they are, and they're beautiful people. You just got to get to know them.
Well, and they're also brilliant too.
Yeah.
We know and love people. I'd be surprised if anyone watching doesn't know someone that's on the spectrum. You know, but you know what though? Braden's gift. And of course, by the way, folks, it's Brayden. Braden's gift on the website. Of course. It's a great website, very very user friendly as well. Bradensgift.org, but also on Facebook, and I'm following both. A great way to connect. And I think it's pretty cool too that when they email you on the Facebook, they're emailing you directly there, Shay. You have a big heart. And what do you usually encounter when mothers realize or fathers realize that they're not alone, that there is a community that will stand together? What's the biggest or the most often phrase you hear, or things that they say when they come upon you?
Um, what is the most important phrase? What is a phrase? I'm sorry, could you ask me that again?
Yeah, basically, I mean, what do you hear the most when people discover that there is a Braden's gift, and there is a group of people that are coming together and share this common thing?
They're very happy. I hear a lot of times that they don't have anyone that is helping them at the moment. And so I think their relief is part of that. And they just, maybe even just talking to somebody like us is the benefit of it. We don't necessarily sometimes give money, but if they need a voice, that's what we give. We lend a heart, we lend a voice, and then if we can and they need the funding, we give that to whatever we can do to help the family. So I think there is a lot of relief is how it's been.
Well,
How old was Braden when y'all discovered he was autistic?
He was 3 when we officially got him diagnosed, but it was 18 months, was actually like 1 year to 18 months. That's when we started realizing his shift happening. So
And you have other children also.
I do, and I just had a baby.
Oh, really?
congratulations!
Yeah, so I have 3 boys, and then my girl is 7 months old. So
Oh
I
my
just
gosh!
November 5th. Yeah, it was awesome. And she's the biggest blessing in my life. Here's a picture of her. Here's a,
Oh man! What
yeah.
a doll! Oh my gosh!
Elizabeth Marie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I bet Daddy's wrapped around her finger now.
You
We're
said
all
Elizabeth?
wrapped. I'm sorry?
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What a
That's
blessing. Now you've got an event coming up.
We got an event.
June 28th, Saturday, June 28th, the clay shoot. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so it's our fifth annual clay shoot, which I'm excited about. It's the first event that paved the way for Braden's Gift. And so I love this group of people. They're just our good countrymen and women that want to come have a good time. It's very relaxed setting. It'll be at River Breaks Ranch. Check-in time is at 1. The shoot starts at 2, and then all sorts of fun will happen that day with a silent live auction. We'll have horse races, live horse races, which is so fun to watch.
Wow.
Yeah, and you get to bet with fake money and do all the things. That's really fun.
but
And
the
then
horses are real.
horses are real.
Fake
Yes.
money, horses are real.
The
Okay.
horses are real, fake money, yes. And then dinner, and then there'll be a dance. We'll have a live band out there. And so, yeah, that'll be June 28th.
So cool. So cool. Now, obviously it's successful. And when I got to interview you a couple years ago, what a great concept as well. What inspired originally the clay shoot event?
One of the board members mentioned it. I had never been to a clay shoot, so I didn't even know what he was talking about, but I was open-minded and I was like, yeah, let's do it. You have an idea, let's roll with it. And so we ended up just I was mind blown at how successful it turned out. We had a bunch of teams sign up, at least 40 teams, I think, that first year. And I was just blown away at everyone that came together. We had a fun time. Money was raised. We danced and had a great night after that. And then we just kept it going. Yeah. So it was really a board member just with an idea.
So cool. So
Yeah.
cool.
And then you had your Emerald event not too long ago,
Yeah,
right?
gala. We do jewels themed. And so the first one was a sapphire, the second one was a emerald, and last year was a ruby. This last one was a ruby.
Yeah.
So cool. So
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm at the website right now, and if for some reason you don't make the clay shoot, you can still go to braydensgift.org, and right there, a very user friendly site, very pleasant, and you have a donate button, and you can choose a one time or you can even choose a monthly amount. This day and age, I mean, people spend more on Starbucks than it takes to really help make a difference with Braden's gift, And I'm looking forward to taking part in that as well. And such an incredible organization, such a needed thing right now. What would you say maybe the biggest misconception about you mentioned how expensive it is. Before I interviewed you a couple of years ago, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I had never heard that before. Whoa, you mean it's a lot more expensive? Is that one of the biggest misconceptions? Is people don't realize the expense that it goes into caring for a child with autism?
Yeah, I think so. That and that there is help. And I just don't know. I don't know what help there is right now because, again, we have kids, people want to help the kids, but even those kids are going to become adults and the adults are suffering. I just don't see where there are facilities set up for our kids that will soon be adults. They phase out of insurance. And so the idea that that money will be with us forever, and we don't get a lot because of our where we fall in the tax bracket, but it's God blesses us, but it's like what do people do when they don't have
Right.
what God has given us with, you know? And so it's $65,000 on average for one therapy. And that
Whoa.
you could pile on the therapies. Like sometimes kids need 3 therapies. And I'm like, then if they have seizures and they need medical, that's another added expense. And then diagnosis. You can't get a diagnosis unless you travel. And sometimes that's a wait list. And so you're backed up in help there because you need a diagnosis to get any help, period, from the government. And so yeah, I think the biggest misconception right now is just how available the funding is. and what it takes to get the funding, and then why we need the funding. So just a lot of different avenues that we have to kind of help the community realize before they are willing to partner with us. And so partner. And so that's why I'm happy that DJ's partnering with us. Yes, she's helping our mission.
Thank you. Well, and also if you can't remember Braden's gift, you can certainly go to the Welcome Partner website because they have a link to their website on our website.
Thank you.
And when when Shay is having events, I ask her to be sure and let me know so we can promote them too. And
Thank
it's
you.
because you've got so many things going on. I didn't know that you were reproducing also, and that is such a gift. That is such,
Thank you. Thank
and I know that you spoke to us at the, we honored you as nonprofit of the month a couple of years ago, and you were telling us about some of the equipment that the kids can have so that they can be better. That was something I would have never thought about
Yes,
until you walk in somebody's shoes, and you do it so graciously.
thank you.
I
Thank you.
know that you have had such a journey. We all have. I mean, we all go down things, then you think, man, I don't think I could do that. I've heard people say that if people sat around in a circle and they had to take their burdens and put them in the middle of the circle, and then you looked at everybody else, you think, I'll just take mine back. Mine aren't as bad as I thought they were. And that's kind of a situation here. You just continue to strive, and I know you've got a great team. Please let them know about our events. We have a networking breakfast this Friday, and then we have one on the 20th of June, which is a week before your event. So that would be another time to get to come and talk about it
Yes, ma'am.
and get people involved because the people who belong to Welcome Partner have such big hearts and they're smart and they'll think of other ways. We've got a new member, Shane Jones, and he came on board with us in January and he looks to help everybody. And he's always got ideas and he said, "No, I never do sleep." And so he's somebody also to connect with, and he's helping bridging the gaps right now tremendously. So he's one of those people God just puts in our circles. But if we all work together as a community, as a village, as you said, as a family, we can make a difference. And as times change and they get a little bit worse, maybe economically, uh, we want to see what we can do collectively so that we can all help.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, this is I'm just so glad to know that you're there to help so many different families. And you do it, like I said, you are the essence of what grace is all about.
Oh,
I'm
thank
honored to know you. I really am.
God bless you
Well,
too.
good woman, good organization, incredible cause, necessary. I pray this administration has, no matter how you voted, they're being very aggressive to lower the cost of pharmaceuticals right now. We need to hopefully encourage them to lower some of these costs and therapies too, for children that have autism, you know. But helping people put the pieces back together. Braden's gift, good mothering, good parenting for these kids because you know what? The first self-ascribed autistic host of Saturday Night Live is none other than Elon Musk. Oh yeah.
Wow.
And so, look how he was parented and mothered and what he's done for our world. And so great things through great children with unique giftings. And it's worthy of your support, folks. Go to bradensgift.org. And I can't wait to hear what happens next and hear more about the clay shoot. And Shay, we want to see you again.
Thanks, Brant. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, DJ, for making this
You're
happen.
welcome,
You're
partner.
awesome. Yeah.
You're
Bye, guys.
welcome, partner. That was
Yeah.
good.